So let's see. So for you, we've got Pluto transformation, and we've got Sekhmet be strong. So Sekhmet be strong. This is about you are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. So this is about cycle changes. This is about shift, some sort of shift coming in, which is going to create transformation, either within the relationship or within yourself. And this could be to do with something you're initiating, or perhaps, your ideas, your beliefs, something that's coming up from underneath. Pluto always deals with things that are underneath, or hidden, or suppressed, or just not coming up at this time. So this is about releasing that. And this can be something you need to say, or something you need to initiate, or something you need to do, or just to clear out for yourself or within the relationship. So take it as it resonates. And this can be a lot of things to do with, Pluto normally rules the 8th house. So this can be a lot of things to do with sexuality even. It can also be to do with how the nuts, if you are together, you may just be already just sort of starting in a relationship, or you could have been married, you'd be married to this person, have a family. This could be a long-term commitment. Just take it as it resonates for your situation. So, this can also be, if you are together in a commitment, this can be, how is that, or you may be wanting to come together in a commitment. This is saying is how is that going to, how is the 8th house normally is about how is that going to happen? How is that going to hang together? And, it's all the issues, emotional, material resources, and everything to do with that. Pluto can also be a little bit about control. So, ruling Scorpio, so a few control issues may be coming up, or you may be struggling with things that you have kept under control, but now you need to release in some way. But it can also be about rebirth or renewal, restructuring of some sort. So it's a transformation. It's a cycle shift, or you may be changing something, and the ending of one thing and the beginning of another, or the end of a chapter and the beginning of a new chapter. As I said, it could be a regeneration and a renewal with the path that your relationship is taking. Just see how that resonates for you. In some cases, it can be like a symbolic death. So this can be like an ego death, or it can be aspects of your life or of the relationship which need to be moved on from now. So it's like a growth cycle. That can also happen. And with Sekhmet, be strong. You are stronger than you think you are. Okay. So you can definitely do this, and, your strength assures a happy outcome. So this is about courage. So courage is required here, but it's also about having a very strong, victorious, vision of success, or just a victorious mindset. And this is about, standing strong for that vision, and, pushing forward on it. And, if you have that vision, if that's what you're visioning and you're affirming in your life, then that is what you're going to project outwards, and that is what, you will draw towards you. But it's also about standing strong, and don't let naysayers and skeptics, bring you down. That may be happening in some way. Just have courage and stand strong, for what it is that you are, what you want to have success with in this situation. Now, for your person, we've got Gemini, I think, and we've got Hathor receptivity. So the Gemini energy can be the Lover's card in this deck. So this can be obviously, as I said, with the sexuality aspect of Pluto, that may be coming up. But this can also be, so it's got that Lover's energy in there, but it's also about making a decision. And there may be a decision that needs to be made, or factors need to be taken into account. It can also be something to do with like a soulmate energy, or somebody who is deeply bonded with you. It can also be family that may be coming in as well, or they may be under the influence of family members. They may be dealing with siblings and so on. But they may be looking at you as well as being their soulmate. That they could be thinking, because this is for them. So they could be thinking about that. But they could also be wanting to make a decision of some sort. And they may be talking about it. They may want to talk about it. They could also be doing a bit of research. They could be doing a lot of thinking about this. So research, or just trying to understand things, get more information, expression of ideas, exchange of ideas. Sometimes documents and contracts come into this as well, but it's about it's about, expression, and this can be, it's all forms of communication. So this is written, verbal, it can even be body language, and everything to do with that, what they are transmitting, what they want to say. And they may also be wanting to listen. Sometimes with the Gemini energy, it can be a little bit all over the place. And other times it can be, very focused, sort of energy, but it's to do with communication, always important for them. So this is about something that they want to say, and they maybe just be trying to find the right words or to come up with the correct framework for that, or they're thinking about a decision of some sort. Now, Hathor receptivity, this is for your person, allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition, energy, and ability to give to others. So they may be needing to listen actually to what you have to say as well. Because with the Gemini, sometimes it's more talk than listening. Details are important as well. They sometimes have so much going on, and they've got fingers in all different pies, and they've got so much happening that, it's almost like they miss a few details, or they're so busy multitasking. So this may be that they need to actually be receptive to your point of view, or to factors that are affecting the relationship, or they maybe need to be receptive to this perhaps soulmate energy or lover's energy. Receptivity is always about allowing yourself to receive. So this can also be that you may be wanting to give them love or nurturing or whatever it is, and they need to be open to that, to actually be receptive, because this is a very nurturing energy. And sometimes children come in with this card as well, or the nurturing of children, and maybe that's something from their childhood, or maybe that's something that they're engaged with currently. But it's about nurturing. It's about and that receptive quality, which is a feminine quality. Now, whether this person is a masculine or a feminine, doesn't matter. We have both in us, so they both have to be balanced. And that is basically one of the main aspects of learning in life, is how to balance your feminine and your masculine sides. And so this is tapping into the receptive quality, being able to being open to receiving. So you can give, but it's important to receive in equal measure. So they may be wanting to, or maybe opening themselves up to receiving, or they may have to work on that a little bit. But it's about nurturing, and that will put them in a sort of a secure space once they allow that energy to come in. And then once their cup is full as well, then they can also, share. But it's about being open to that and listening, or doing research, or coming to an understanding of something in this relationship. Then we've got here, for the current situation, we've got 8th house endings and beginnings, and then we've got Sikh quiet time. So with the Pluto rules the 8th house, as I said, normally. So this is the 8th house is always about if you're coming together in a commitment, or you may already be in a commitment and you may have been in there for some time, you may have children, whatever your situation is. This is about the nuts and bolts of the relationship. How is that melding together? How is that going to meld together, or how is it melding together? And there may be some sort of cycle change or shift or realignment that needs to occur with that. It is also about the ending of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle, or the end of a chapter and the beginning of a new chapter. So take that as it resonates. It can also be about sexuality. It can also be about birth, and also about death. Now, the death is normally symbolic. It can be a passing over. In some cases, that may be the situation, but it's about usually a symbolic death, like the death of the ego, or some aspect of the relationship, or of this, like the cycle. That cycle is finished, and now you're beginning a new cycle. So, and it's about birthing that new cycle, or in some cases, maybe actual birth. So take it as it resonates for your situation. It's also financial matters come up in the 8th house, so that may be an important impact on this relationship. But I feel it may be just the reorganization, or the rearrangement, or the realignment of how things are working at this point. Material and emotional resources. It can also be handling other people's money. Maybe you're handling each other's money, or there's some aspect of that needs to be realigned. And it can also be, a big finance. This is normally investments, insurances, banking, accounting, tax comes in as well. All of those big things, assets of all kinds. It can also be inheritance and legacies. So you may be wanting to create a legacy. If you've already been married for some time, you have children, you're wanting to create a legacy, then this is about how is this going to occur now. So all of those matters coming with the 8th house. It's also about the increase of psychic awareness. In some cases, that may be the situation. With quiet time, take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. So I feel there's some decisions that need to be made here, or some realignment that needs to occur. And there's like a meditative pause which is occurring at this time. You may just be, both of you or one or either of you is going through this contemplation phase, which is basically a form of meditation where all the angles are looked at. You're going within for guidance. And it could also be that maybe your person is quiet at this time, or you are quiet at this time. And that is affecting the relationship. So just take it as it resonates. But it's saying that there's great value in this quiet time. And there's this contemplation and meditation is going to produce answers and even prayer. And you've got Mother Mary here. Expect a miracle. So I do feel that, this, whatever you are praying about, requesting or envisioning, or just communing about, getting divine guidance on, will be answered. But that quiet time is important to go through, with this, especially in the 8th house. 3 and 2 is 5. So I do feel that May is going to be crucial for this. As I said, Mother Mary, expect a miracle. Have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. So, expect a miracle, Mother Mary energy. So, whatever you are hoping for here, or whatever you are wanting to work out, send out your request. Have belief that it has been answered, and then let it go. And let the universe deliver the very best solution or solutions to the situation. Detach from an outcome. That's the very best thing that you can do, because as soon as you attach to an outcome, it blocks the flow. So send out your request in good faith, and then have belief that an answer will come, or the prayer will be answered, and then let the universe answer the prayer in the very best way for you or your situation, whatever it may be happening. But have faith. That's very, very important. Now it's saying here, a new start is coming. So new moon is always about new starts. It's a clean slate. You kind of, it's kind of like a, potential as well, or dreams may be manifesting. Something may be taking flight, or it's like you're kind of rearranging things to have a fresh start. And I feel that could very well be the case because of the 8th house energy, and a new moon is very indicative of that. So we have a new moon, 12 April, as I said, that is in Aries. And then, we have the, full moon on the 27th of April. And then we have the next new moon, which will be in, Taurus, and that will be on the 11th of May. And then we have a lunar eclipse on the 26th of May. So quite a lot of moon energy, but a new start is coming in. And this is going to be important to either refresh the energies, or it's some kind of cycle shift and a new beginning is happening. Or you could be bringing in or changing something to make a fresh start, or a new beginning, or a clean slate, whatever the energy is, whatever is appropriate for you. Now, we did have 8th house, which is a finance house, a money house. We've also got the opposite house of the 8th house is the 2nd house, which is also a money house, but it has other aspects to it. So with this situation that is unfolding at this time, 2nd house is always about your income. So that may be affecting the relationship, but it's also about your self-worth. And it's about your value systems and your inherent abilities, talents, and so on. So I do feel that money matters are being affected somehow with this. It's also about your value systems, what you value. So with the situation in the world, or in the last year and a half, this is all about realignment of values. All right. And for many people, this is a lot of things have been let go of. A lot of ideas have come and gone, or what was valuable in the past is no longer valuable. What's important is home and family, or whatever the situation may be. So there's like a realignment of values occurring. And this is worldwide. So don't feel alone if you are caught up with that. But it can also be, values to do with material things. What is important and what isn't. Ownership comes in with this as well. And this can be property. This can be material things, actual like cars and things in the home, but it can also be land and also property as in physical homes. Now, whether those are investments or whether that's where you're living, and your person has got Gemini, I think. So there's some sort of decision, and Gemini is about communications, but it can also it rules the third house, which normally is about contracts and documents as well. So there may be something to do with that coming in. Some realignment from a property point of view or a land point of view, ownership of things, some realignment. And integral to that is self-worth. So this is self-worth for either one of you, or, how you may be feeling in the situation. Self-worth always comes in with the second house. So this comes in to do with, any sort of cycle shift, endings and beginnings, end of a chapter, beginning of a new chapter, a new beginning, a new start. All of this does affect your self-worth. So just do what you can to build that up and bring in the security and the stability. Second house is a growth house. It's about growth. So all of those factors will come in as well.